And for our final award tonight, we have our Willard Jue Memorial Award for Staff. And they exemplify all of the same wonderful things we talked about for volunteers, of exceptional leadership, demonstrated excellence in duration, quality, and spirit of service. And this year's staff award is being given to Dr. Cordova. About you first, so you're gonna have to put up with me for a moment.
I thought you were finished. No,
I am not. You have way too long a service record. So Dr. Cordova is being recognized for her tireless work sharing and preserving Filipino-American history, especially through the founding and expansion of the Filipino-American National Historical Society. A lifelong Seattleite, Cordova, along with her husband Fred, co-founded the Filipino Youth Activities in 1957 and advocated for immigrant communities to have access to employment and educational resources in the 60s and 70s with her work on the Demonstration Project for Asian Americans. They co-founded the Filipino-American National Historical Society and the National Pinoy Archives right here in Seattle in 1982. And in 1992 created Filipino-American History Month in October. So this national thing that we recognize all the time started here in King County. In the 90s and early 2000s, the Cordovas were adjunct professors at the University of Washington, creating a Filipino-American curriculum and advocating for the inclusion of Filipino-American history. While Dr. Cordova has been honored by AKCHO in the past for her work, we particularly wanted to recognize her as a heritage staff person this year. So often, labor in our country is not valued unless a dollar amount is connected to it, especially the labor done by women of color to build and sustain community. In the heritage field, the boundary between volunteerism and labor is blurry at best, and that lack of clarity can be used to diminish the importance of someone's work. Dr. Cordova's immense personal dedication to this work and her devotion to spending the only true currency, the hours and days of her long life, on heritage work and community work is why we are recognizing her tonight.
I've been doing it a long time. I'm 91 years old, so I could barely speak. I used to teach in Yale, but I can't anymore. It's been a long journey, but as everybody stepped up here, I saw connections that we've made with the Japanese. Two of my in-laws are from Ballard. I mean, we have pets. I have 8 kids and 18 grandchildren, and most of them are African American. And so that's Filipino-American history. We're a people who are part of the United States when we came. This is the 125th anniversary of the ending of the Spanish-American War this year. And at the end of it, in November, there was the Treaty of Paris was signed in Paris concerning the Philippines, who wasn't there. At that signing of the Treaty of Paris, Spain ceded or gifted to the United States Puerto Rico and Guam, but sold the United States the Philippines for $20 million. By virtue of that, the Philippines became the United States, once a colonized country, now a colonizer, and the Philippines was the first overseas colony. And my parents came here as American nationals. So that's the history that we're gathering. We're gathering the story of people who came here thinking they were Americans, but they weren't. And so it's a big, long story, and we've done it, continued on. And it was not just me. I had many people who bought into the whole concept, and I'd like them, if we take a picture, I'd like them to come and stand with me, because I don't like to stand by myself. So, anyway, thank you very much. I just want to say one thing. I knew Willard Jue in the 70s Willard and I were fighting for civil rights. And I didn't realize then that we would eventually become historians also. So everybody moves on. We do many things in different parts of our life. And I think very kindly of Willard, and I'm honored that you gave me an award like this. Thank you.
It's like a wedding.
Yeah. Okay. You know, interesting, 2 of them were my students once. Yeah.
Okay, photo number 1. The high school graduation.
Yeah.
Congratulations. One more, gonna do Zoom. Okay.
Thank you.